Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. This is a very busy day when it comes to War Thunder. There's been a bunch of data mines with some Halloween stuff, with some Battle Pass stuff, and also just some extra news, especially for the strategic bomber stuff that we talked about last week. There's also, so far, been about 2 or 3 major news things that have come out, including 2 returning premiums, and then also we have a changelog. So today, there's going to be a lot of videos, and I'm just going to try and cover them all. So in this video, we're going to have a look at the data mines from Zabi and kind of talk through them, since the Battle Pass stuff got added to the game in its entirety. Remember, the Battle Pass changes tomorrow, so make sure to get ready for it. And then also, at the same time, we had some other news, which is going to be very fun. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a long one today. And as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe and also like the video. Let's get started. So in terms of the data mines, Gaijin added all of the Battle Pass stuff. So this isn't just the vehicles, but there is also those. They added the Reggiani 2005, which we had a look at in a video earlier today. And then also there is the Cadorna. Both of these vehicles are pretty nice for their BRs. Surprisingly, the Cadorna ended up at 5.0. Thought they were going to put it higher, since they usually do that with many of these Italian cruisers, massively overvaluing their speed. But yeah, it's actually nice to see it at a decent BR, and also the 2005 will be a fantastic premium to be able to get through the propeller aircraft for Italy. But Italy have really good propeller aircraft, so maybe not as good as it generally would be. These 2 vehicles are great, and then also they've added all of the other Battle Pass stuff. So they've added the Breda, the Brixia Model 35, the L333, which of course is for the naval side of things, and then also they've added the loading screen, they've added the profile pic, everything that we had a look at when it came to the Battle Pass, they have now added. It's all there and all ready to go. So that's pretty awesome, and generally I feel like, at least for me, that is pretty cool to see. Another thing that they're also doing is the Halloween stuff. Obviously, it's the 21st of October. It's entering, or we kind of already are in, spooky season, and this means that War Thunder will probably do their standard Halloween events. If you don't know what those are, they normally do some races. You have an M18 race, and then you have a PO2 race. Usually, this is the time where you can actually get the PO2 from the race if you want to. It's normally something that is only available during this time, and one of the things that they've actually done for the PO2 race in the data mine, the gear no longer has any drag. So this will probably stop people from doing the, well, let's call it shitty tactic of destroying their wheels at the start of a race and then kind of being insanely fast compared to everybody else. This seems to be their fix for actually fixing that. So that's kind of cool that they're actually doing that. They also added more Halloween hangar assets to it, so that will be coming in soon. And other things that they've also added, we have a Halloween pumpkins frame for the profile, and then also we have a Halloween witch frame. Both of these actually look really cool, and I'm looking forward to them. And the reason why is because it's nice to get some more kind of customization with the anime stuff that they've added. Maybe they'll expand customization even more into areas that we've talked about, whether it's like with custom voices or whether it's with other areas. But basically, with the Halloween pumpkins and witch stuff, this will be another thing for your profile. The question is how they're going to add it in. Is it going to be tied to the races? Probably, since there's 2 of them. So you might have to get X amount of points for the PO2 and X amount of points in the M18, and you'll get the Halloween frames. The other thing that they might also do when it comes to these types of things is they might be in SL boxes, they might be in GE boxes. Usually the way that they do these things is they bring back the old items that were available in the different Halloween boxes, and then they'll add these in too as kind of an additional reward that you can get. So my guess is you'll be able to grind them out, but who knows? I'm sure we'll find out in the next few days. They normally try and line these things up with weekends, and since next weekend is obviously Saturday, Sunday, 25th to the 26th, they might do the Halloween event Friday to maybe like later on. But then again, the week after, guess what? It's the 31st, so that's actually Halloween on the Friday. So this might be for next week, but it just seems a little bit weird adding that stuff now. because, obviously it's a little bit early for it. Usually they do it a bit closer to the time, which makes me think they're going to start it maybe this weekend instead of next weekend. They also removed the research bypasses for the Tusk Force update. Not too surprising, really. They do this every time. So now you're going to have to grind through all of the new vehicles to be able to get through the new ranks if you want to. And then the other part of it, which is pretty interesting, is the new missions. So you know how we talked about the strategic bomber game mode operation thing that seems to be coming? Well, they added some new missions in, and maybe this is for this weekend. You have the Deep Strike, or Infrastructure Air Defense, and this is for Rocky Canyon, Sinai, Southeastern City, and also Golan Heights. Zabi also says the other one is against an oil refinery. This one is against a power plant, but they have the same name. So basically, if you remember last week on Friday, we talked about Gaijin seemed to be working on some kind of new game mode where it seems like it's similar to the Seed event, where what you have to do is you have to find the target, whether it is a power plant or an oil refinery, and you have to bomb it. So you have one side, which is going to be using strike aircraft and maybe some support fighters, and then the other side, which is going to be using air defense fighters. And the idea is to basically, the strike aircraft are going to have to find the target and hammer it, whereas the other side have to defend it and kind of work from there. Sounds really interesting. They are going for high-tier stuff here, so they're going for, well, at least the maps themselves. There's the very large ones, and then also, at the same time, it just seems like it's generally designed around jets, so it'll probably be a more high-tier thing once again. They also added some new menu text, which is probability information. That'll be interesting to see what that means. Maybe the idea is you have a probability of stuff being in specific sectors, so therefore you have to work from there. Maybe that's for the defense or even the offense. It might be, oh, you have a probability of maybe the structure being over here, or you have a probability of where the enemy is, therefore kind of seen as like, on the radar. Then you have some new mission texts. You have locate the power plant and destroy as many buildings as possible, prevent the enemy from destroying the power plant buildings, and some new UI text, destroy power plant buildings, protect power plant buildings. Seems pretty standard to me in terms of all of this stuff. So yeah, that's the extra information. Looks like it's not just going to be one map for this. They are expanding it across the place. So all we need to see now is what vehicles are they going to use, and also what other kind of impact is it going to have. I hope it's better than the Seed event. I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest, and it seems like, at least for the Seed event, not many other people did either, since nobody really seems to be talking about it. So it's kind of just been forgotten in memory. I would like to hear some opinions on that event, like if any of you guys have it, because obviously I think it's kind of interesting. The next part is there's a new pre-order decal. Now, by the time I make this video and upload it, guess what? This might already be out, because usually this is what happens. But there's a Nagato pre-order decal, and it's a Tora one. So it looks like the good old Japanese are getting a very high-tier premium in the form of the Nagato. There is also a new event decal, which is the emblem of the HMS Victory, 1765, and that one has been out, and we will talk about it in a future video. But yeah, it's cool to see the Tora. Obviously, if you haven't seen the film, highly recommend it, and it's a good homage to the history of the vehicle and also everything else going on. We're entering, of course, the kind of pre-order season. We had some earlier devlogs, which were kind of fun. And as we talked about before, in the leak list, there is a lot of different kind of premiums that are around the place, and quite a lot coming in for the naval side. You have the Nagato as a pack premium, you have the Vittorio Veneto, and then also the Jean Bart, which also turns up. I am getting around to the naval leak list video. There's just been so much stuff going on with War Thunder, and the leak list videos usually take me a little bit longer, so I'm just trying to make sure that everything's good with it. As always, let me know what you think about all of the information. It is a pleasure chatting and discussing and looking at these things. Look after yourselves, peace be with you, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecovo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.